Hi everyone, how are you? I have a book for us to read today, and I really like this book because it's a book about it's a book about the earth, which that's like my favorite, but they're poems about the earth, and I really like poems. Poems are ways that you can write. It's not quite like writing like a book or sentences really. Usually, sometimes, but not always, they rhyme. They have rhyming words with them, and there's usually kind of like a rhythm. Sometimes they can be like a song, like when you sing songs in the car, like the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. That's almost like a poem because it's like a rhythm in a song. You wouldn't say the wheels on the bus go round, round, round. The wheels on the bus go round. There's a way that you have to say it. And so that's kind of what I think is cool about poems, because then once you know the rhythm, like in songs, then everybody can say it together. So that's kind of what's cool about poems. These poems aren't quite like that because they're not songs. And even if they were songs, they aren't songs that they wouldn't be songs that you know. But I just like the way that poems can be read because there is kind of like a rhythm to them, and it's different than reading in full sentences, which when you're older and you start writing sentences and things like that, then you'll know what I mean when I say, full sentences, because sometimes poems don't have full sentences. So let's take a look at the cover page. I really like the color page. I really like the pictures in this book. They're very colorful. The title of our book is Our Big Home on Earth Poem. And it says that it's by Linda Glasser. So that means that she's the author. She wrote the words. And the art is by Elisa Clevin. So if Elisa Clevin did the art, what does that make her? What's her job? If she did the pictures, what is she called? She's the illustrator of this book. So she drew these beautiful pictures. I like this one. It looks like the sky. Do you guys ever just go outside, maybe in the summertime when it's not cold, and just look up at the sky, look up at the stars? I think stars are so cool. Me and Mr. V love to do that. We love to go lay outside in our backyard and look up at the stars. We like to try and find constellations, which are groups of stars in the sky. Oh man, I love this one. Oh man, don't you wish you were on that beach? Look how much fun that looks. Look at all the different things that you can see on this beach. Oh, look at that. Do you remember what kind of whale that is? We talked about that when we did our ocean unit. Do you remember what kind of whale that is? That one's a humpback whale, right? Am I right? That looks like a humpback whale, I think. You can tell me if I'm wrong. We share the water. We splash and slosh and swim in water. And of course, we all drink water. Whales, dolphins, manatees, penguins, palm trees, you and me. We all share the water here on Earth, our big blue home. There's a little manatee. I love manatees. Rain slides down my nose and trickles in between my toes. Rain cleans the whole world. It waters forests of giant trees and wakes up life in tiny seeds. It brings fresh water to you and me. We all share the rain here on Earth, our green growing home. You can see all the different little animals. There's some duckies, and froggies, and birdies. Look at all those beautiful flowers they have growing at their home. I love plants. A little puppy. Looks like they're playing in the rain. The sun warms us all around the world. Sunflowers, sparrows, apple trees, foxes, ferns, and you and me. Warm fingers and toes, warm roots and leaves. We all share the sun here on earth, our big sun-warmed home. Looks like they're all holding hands. Oh, sunflowers. That looks nice right about now. Do you guys like the warm sun? I like rainy weather, but I think I'm ready now for some warmer weather too. There's dirt all around our earth, our ground, soil where seeds wait and where trees are born, where earthworms live and rabbits dig. Earth that holds life, dirt that feels good under my feet. We all share the soil here on earth, our big life-holding home. You can see all of the things that live underground here. A little mole and a chipmunk. There's a squirrel and a mouse. There's wormies, little roly-polies. Then we have a little rabbit burrow right here under the ground. Aren't the pictures just so pretty? They're so colorful. There's so much to look at. I'm thinking when I look at these pictures, I kind of wonder, I think we've talked about this before, how they did this art. Did they use markers? Did they use crayons? Did they use paper? Did they use paint? So I always like to try and figure out, how did they create all this? And a lot of it looks like watercolor. I wonder if they used a lot of watercolor to create these pictures, because a lot of it looks like that, but I don't know for sure. That's just me guessing. There's air everywhere, far, far away and right next door. We all breathe Earth's air. Doesn't it feel good to breathe? People, lizards, ladybugs and trees, sweet peas and even weeds. We all share the air here on Earth, our big, fresh air home. If you're ever feeling a little bit crazy or a little bit sad, what I do is I go outside and I just get some fresh air. I go for a walk. And it really helps. It helps me at least. It may not help everybody, but it really helps me if I'm feeling sad or... Oop! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Whoop, whoop, whoop. That was Mr. V saying hi to me. He's working, so whenever he drives by, if you heard that and were wondering what was that sound, that was Mr. V driving by in his ambulance, and he he just beeped at me. He turned on his siren when he goes by our house to say hi. Looks like they're putting on a little concert. We have, let's see here, a trumpet and a French horn, a clarinet, and a flute. Mrs. V played the flute when she was younger. I played the flute in middle school and in high school. Oh, and somebody's playing the guitar. Wind whooshes and whirls and sweeps and swirls. It stirs the grass and shakes the trees. It carries rain and spreads new seeds. It brings fresh air. It blows kids' hair. All around the world. Wind touches us all here on Earth, our big whirling home. This is a type of weather that Mrs. V does not care for. I do not like the wind. It kind of irritates me. I don't like it when things are blowing in my face. I don't like that. But it is important because you know what the wind does? The wind does a lot of things, but something that's really important that it does is it blows. Do you see how this kind of tree here, like the petals are blowing, and right here, these dandelion fluffs, the seeds are blowing? The wind actually blows seeds all around, and that's how plants are spread around and grown in the wild. If people aren't purposely planting them, all of these lovely little plant seeds get blown around by the wind so that more things can grow, so more plants can grow. So that's really great, something great that wind does. So I'm glad that we have it. The way the world works is very important, even if we don't always like everything that it does. Looks like they're going sailing. This is a cute little sailboat here. Ooh, I like this page. It has all my favorite colors on it. Isn't that beautiful? The sky, our huge changing picture up there. I love our sky, don't you? Great sweeps of blue, dabs and swirls of clouds, wild splashes at sunset. Wherever we are, we look up and we see sky, sky, sky. Here on earth, our big home under the sky. I love sunsets. Oh, so beautiful. Look at all those colors. Mrs. V used to live really far away from here because we live in the state of New York. We have a bunch of different states in the country that we live in, America, in the United States, and I used to live in Arizona. Back when I first started teaching, I moved out there, and Arizona has the most beautiful sunsets. They're so beautiful. The colors are just amazing. Ooh, this one's pretty. It looks like everybody's going to sleep. The night when stars sparkle in the deep, endless deep. The hushed time when we sink into sleep. When night animals roam and night flowers bloom, we all have a time of darkness here on earth, our home, under the big blanket at night. Are any of you nervous about darkness? Like at night, do you need a nightlight to go to sleep? Or does it make you nervous to be in the dark or to not be able to see? Does it make any of you guys nervous to have that? When I was younger, I did not enjoy darkness because I always felt like there was something there that I couldn't see, which is normal. That's a very normal thing to feel. Now I don't mind it. Now that I'm older, I don't mind being in the dark. But when you're younger, it can be kind of strange and sometimes scary for some people to be in a dark place and not be able to see anything. But I enjoy the darkness now that I'm older. Our moon travels across the sky, a creamy pearl, a thin white sail. Full moon, new moon, shaping our night. We all share the moon, here, there, everywhere on earth, our big moonlit home. Oh, look, Mrs. V's favorite, Sleeping Ellies. I love elephants. When Mrs. V was still in school, before I was a teacher, I always thought that I would grow up and I would move to Africa to go and take care of elephants. That's what I always wanted to do, was go live in Africa and live on an animal sanctuary, like live at an animal sanctuary and take care of animals, but especially elephants. That's what I always wanted to do. Maybe someday I'll do it. When I stretch or dance or hop or laugh, when I leap in the air or lay in the grass, I feel alive. We all have that aliveness. Trees, frogs, bees, grass, spiders, snakes, earthworms, and bats. We all share life, every one of us here on earth, our big, life-giving home. Look at all these animals together. Isn't that nice? Do you see any of your favorite animals? It's hard for me to choose just one because I love all animals. Even the ones that maybe scare me or I don't like to touch or be around, I still think that they're great and important to our world. I love bats. I see bats. I love that. I'm actually, even though I think birds are so beautiful and they're so important, for some reason I am scared of birds. I don't enjoy birds as much. I think they're very beautiful and they're very cool, especially parrots. Those are so awesome, but I just don't, I would not want them to touch me. Isn't that kind of silly? But, you know, that's just part of life, I guess, is people just are nervous around things that sometimes doesn't always make sense to be nervous around, and that's okay. Everybody's different. Like maybe some of you would be really nervous to swim with a big whale. I mean, they're huge. They're just huge. So maybe some of you would be scared to do that. But I wouldn't be scared to swim with a whale. But some of you might. Maybe some of you would be scared to be near an elephant because they're so big. I wouldn't. I would love to be near an elephant. So we're all different. We all feel different things. That's okay. Is that the last page or did I have one more? One more. We share air, water, soil, sky, sun, rain, and being alive. And we all share our home here on earth, our precious living home. What'd you guys think of that book? Did you like it? I really like that book, so I hope that you liked it too. I hope that you thought that the words were cool and the pictures were cool. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Love you guys so much. Bye.